No, that doesn't help anything. Oh well, I'm trying to direct things and I just end up going, wait, but that wouldn't work. And just, fuck it. Hi, I'm back. I've had a whole mess trying to make this video. I've had a good 7 tries. I went through 3 cigarettes and a cigarillo, actually, trying to make this. And I wasn't smoking the cigarettes when I started. Anyway, I wanted to start introducing the Enneagram to my channel. Not that I have anybody watching it or anything, but, you know, just to kind of start easing it into the YouTube community. If it's not there already, I haven't looked, really. I'll talk a little bit about it from an overview, and then I'll talk about my own, like, the thing I wanted to, the particular topic I wanted to discuss. The Enneagram is a 9-type system. Each of your types can have a wing, which is a subtype, and either number adjacent to yours can be your wing. Not either one, but those are the 2 that you're going to be once you're that. So there's the 9 you're going to be, and then, I mean, at least it's specific. I don't know very much about it, and I mean that from a standpoint of just not knowing enough to talk a whole lot about it, other than through the MBTI and my own experiences. And, I mean, if there are great resources, particularly discussing types with the wings, that'd be great. I can't find it. I find, you know, every last word about the specific, you know, are not the specific, the non-specific types, the you know, the 3s and the 4s and the 5s, what the fuck ever. And, none about the wings, the 2s with 1s, and the 1s with 9s, and the 9s with 1s, and all that garbage. Yeah, that's how 9 works. You get 1 or 8. I identify as a 3 with 4. 2 things about 3 with 4s on the internet. You don't see a lot of them, and you don't see a lot of good things about them. Like, all I can find is, like, this 3 with 4 was the biggest dickhole I've ever met, and I went on a summer cruise with Satan. And I'm just sitting here kind of not necessarily taken aback, because I can see with my own abrasive personality where it could come from. Not only that, but just, I mean, I've done the same shit. I've run around and just been an ass to people on the internet because... Not necessarily for a reason. People think it's for a reason. They think you're like a really malevolent person for speaking out against them. And in reality, you're just kind of scrolling and you go, that person's an idiot. They're so stupid they probably won't be able to find the reply button when I insult them. And then you do. Or Tumblr. Or Facebook. If you're brave, Facebook. Or real life, you fucking pussies. Jesus! Kids with your goddamn phones and your fucking internet and bullshit. Little kids on Call of Duty. Really? That's the biggest fish you're gonna cast out for? It's the 9-year-olds on Call of Duty. Fuck off. Oh my god. That was all fake, by the way. I don't care. Isn't that sad? That's your relationship with an ENTJ. Oh, that was all fake. Isn't that's fucking amazing. So, if anyone finds anything about subtypes, particularly 3 with 4s, maybe some nice words about them, I'd love to see it. I don't see any, you know, my spouse is, or my whatever, is such a strong, decisive, intelligent person, you know. And I guess I can understand why that would be the case. Not to toot my own horn, but as far as true development goes, I don't just mean kind of growing up and acting like an adult, but really developing the truest self, in the sense that an old wise man would advise you to. 3 with 4 is kind of a bitch. I don't mean that to disregard any conflicts that any other type might have, but my God. And here's what it is. Here I figured out is kind of the big issue surrounding this whole handicap. Pride. 2, 3s, and 4s, I believe I was told, were all motivated by shame. 3s make up for it. 3 with 4. Make up for it with pride. And observed a lot of that in 3s. Both types. 3s with 2s. Oh my God, they're so adorable. Jesus Christ. Since I'm only 6 minutes in rather than 12 when I'm saying this, maybe I can talk about 3 with 2s later. And the sad part really is that all of that garbage isn't necessarily a shallow person or a truly arrogant person. There is just so much defense going on to just plug out any semblance of shame or of inadequacy, and that's how 3s deal with it, is through being very adequate, through being superior, through being, accelerated. And this is in anything, in academics, in, social life, I guess if you put enough energy into it, you could do that, into, work, into business, etc., into relationships. That gets scary. The horrible things that a 3 with 4 will do to keep a relation, or keep a situation under control, really. That's what it's all about, is control, right? With ENTJs. She's such a controlling bitch. She's such a controlling dickhead. Yeah. That's the only solace, the only security, is knowing that even though things are going shit, or will go shit, or will probably, or any variation thereof, you have control. You are the one person in the room that will be able to bail out, that will be able to stick by, that will be able to, whatever you've adjusted yourself to, an ENTJ is covered. Don't ever doubt the coarse skin of the chief, or whatever the hell the ENTJ is supposed to be. Anyway, the reason I guess that we don't see many good 3 with 4 stories, other than the fact that 3 with 4s are mostly dicks, apparently, I just imagine holding yourself to that idyllic standard where you have to be the best in all of this stuff. And that much of the time transfers to other people, and that sucks. But imagine holding yourself to such a great standard, greater than anyone else, really. I mean, you expect certain things of other people and may handle poorly if they don't follow through with what you want or planned or had intended or whatever. And I'm talking about, like, not leaving the keys on the pin that I've hammered into the wall or something like that. It wouldn't be something that stupid, but one of those things where you think, I've done this thing to make our lives better. There we go, now we use it. And the other person just doesn't use it. And that's the feeling when another person doesn't do what the ENTJ wants. It's like, I have a fucking nail on the wall. Do I have to put your face through it for you to see that that's where the keys go? Now, granted, I've never said anything like that. I'm actually kind of doing a little ENFJ there. But ENFJs are still pretty great. Like, I remember when I was kind of going woo in the INFP video. They are pretty great. Both other EN type is pretty cool. Like ENFPs are okay, but like ENFJs and then ENTPs are both pretty cool. Anyway, almost need to finish up here. The one true state, I guess, someone would be in. I forget if I've even hit all my points here. It would be to kind of reach that Uncle Iroh state, for anyone that watched Avatar. The show, not the overrated movie. to that measured and collected place and that humbled place. And it's hard for someone whose only solace is pride and this great ego that essentially you're in love with a person that isn't you, that you associate with you. Some sources even describe relationships between threes and other people as both are in love with one person, the three, or are in love with the same person, the three. And sorry, it was kind of anticlimactic. It's this is the point I wanted to hit that I don't remember if I said earlier. So if I'm being redundant, I'm sorry, but it's it's a good little quote or whatever, and that's that really. No, I think I did say this. Holy shit, I did. The whole thing about like, I'll say it again because it's that powerful. As a 3 with 4 or a 2 or an ENTJ or whatever type that deals with a lot of pride issues, it's hard when you have this super ego that is your protection that you need to have, stable at all times. It's hard to look at that and say this is useless. This thing you've built up for 20 years or whatever it is. And to say that I need to step back and I need to be last, not, I'm very good, I'm very talented, and that's great, and there are a lot of ways I can use it positively. I don't need to be best. I don't need to be first all the time. That's not even that, but just last. Taking your priorities list every moment of the day and putting yourself. Now, in terms of self-respect, all of your needs on all that garbage should still be handled on some subliminal level, or But the idea, I hope you understand, is just setting aside your standards and your pride for what other people need. It sounds like such an easy thing to do, and I feel like I've heard it all my life and just said, yeah, of course. But holy shit, it can be hard to do. My God. The first time I tried to reconcile with a coworker, the only time, and it didn't happen, I was starting to kind of sweat, and I was stumbling a lot over my words. All I was trying to say, because I hadn't done something properly, this is in my first couple of weeks or so, all I was trying to say was, hey, if there's something going on, just tell me, do it again, or here's how you do it. You don't have to feel obligated to go and redo my stuff. I don't, because they did. It was something stupid. It always is, right? But that experience was incredibly difficult. Just saying that. I don't know. Anything to make you vulnerable. Anything to let that great superhero that walks with you everywhere and talks to everybody for you. It's hard to say, it's time for you to move out. I'm a 3 with 4, and I'm an egotistical asshole. Hi, 3 with 4.